Hi, this is James Lin. The purpose of today's video is to get everyone a basic comparison between Pfizer and Moderna vaccines for the COVID-19. I've been getting a lot of questions at the Institute for Successful Aging from patients and staff asking me which one is better, if it's safe to take. So before I get into it, if you like the content of this video, please consider hitting the subscribe button and hitting the like button. I'm trying to grow this channel for a cause. Over the past 10 months, if you work in a post-acute care setting, meaning nursing homes or personal care homes, getting PPE and testing supply has been a challenge, not just in Pennsylvania, but all over the country. And for those of you that work for a smaller organization that are nonprofit independent, there's no chance that if your organization is not a part of a bigger health system, you have no chance in getting these supplies. So over the last 10 months, we learned that it's been very difficult for smaller organizations to get PPE and testing supplies. So with this channel, if we ever get monetized, the proceeds of that, I would commit a portion of that to buy PPE and testing supplies so that we can distribute it out to the smaller organizations so that they could get supplies. So if you like the content, please consider helping us out. So let's talk about the similarities between these two vaccines. Well, number one, both require 2 doses, and for Moderna, they're 20 days between doses, and then for Pfizer, they're 21 days between doses. Both uses the messenger RNA technology, and neither one of them contain any live virus. And neither one of them were studied in pregnancy. So those are sort of the similarities. And the main difference in the general, for the general public to know is that the storage for Moderna and Pfizer is a little bit different. For the Pfizer, it requires that special refrigerator that brings the temperature down to minus 112 degrees. For the use after it's thawed, the Moderna can be stored 30 days in a regular refrigerator or 12 hours at room temperature, but for the Pfizer, it can be stored for 5 days in a refrigerator, and then it has to be used within 6 hours after it's thawed and in room temperature. So as far as the efficacy is concerned, both have increased efficacy after the second dose. And the protection is unknown for both because the study period is too short. And then the subgroup analysis shows similar efficacy between comorbidities, age, gender, and race. And so for the Moderna, the final study, they reported out as 94.1% effective after 2 doses, and for the Pfizer is 95% effective after 2 doses. And as you can see, the Moderna was measured starting 14 days after the second dose, and then for the Pfizer, they measure 7 days after the second dose. And they approximately, for Moderna, they have 30,000 participants, and then for Pfizer, they have 43 participants. So you can see the characteristics for these two are very comparable. As far as the safety and average drug effects, both are more common in younger subgroups, and most resolve in 1 to 2 days. And then the injection site are the most common reactions in both brands of the vaccine. And headache, muscle pain, joint pain, and chills are most common systemic reactions in Moderna. And then there was no death that was determined related to the vaccine for the Pfizer one. The systemic average drug effects are more common after the second dose on both vaccinations. And just some comments about the side effects. The most common is the injection site, and if you go to my other videos, I've documented the day that I got it, and then I sort of vlogged, day 1, day 2, and day 3 up to day 7. So just click that button and you can check out that video. In the Moderna, 84% with the first dose has a local site reaction compared to placebo, which is 19.8%. And then the second dose, they had an 88% reaction versus 18.8% in the placebo group. For the Pfizer, there's 78% local reactions after the second dose, and then 83% after the first dose for the site injection side effects. I think what's important here is to realize that we don't have anything else better currently to prevent the coronavirus. So this is an opportunity for all of us to get vaccinated so that hopefully we can achieve herd immunity, and we need more people to get vaccinated so that we can get to that. And that once we get to that, that would be maybe a day closer for us to return to somewhat of a normal routine. So I would encourage all of you, if you have the availability to get the vaccine, either one is a good choice, so please just get the vaccine. I know for some of you, you're going to be skeptical about the vaccine and the pace of when the vaccine came out, and that's certainly understandable. And but there are things that you could do if you don't want to get the vaccine that you should be doing on a daily basis. Well, number one, without saying you should be wearing a mask when you go out in public and social distancing. Number two is that you can start some vitamins that's recommended by the CDC and others. So, for example, vitamin D is recommended to take 2,000 international units a day. There's also some evidence given by Dr. Kory out of Wisconsin. If you go to his website, they have a Frontline Critical Care COVID Alliance. The website is flccc.net, and I'll have a link below. You should check that out. He has very convincing data to show that ivermectin, which is an antibiotic that's used for parasitic infections, can be useful in fighting the COVID-19. And he also has a list of vitamins cocktail that he, according to that group, they encourage people to take. And I'm certainly not advocating that everybody should do that. This is just another alternative, and you should read and make your own opinions about it and make your own judgment about it. So if you like the content of this video, please consider subscribing so that we can monetize this channel, so we can buy some PPE and testing supplies for the small organizations that either can't afford and or can't get their hands on the supplies. So I'll be making another video pretty soon on a weekly basis, so I hope that we get to enough subscribers so we can monetize this channel. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.